Hey guys, Big Red 310, yes, during the day again. People want to know why I'm here simply because I was sneezing up blood and coughing up blood again. I haven't done that since like 2 to 3 days after my surgery. I was doing it because I was at my desk here doing homework and watching videos for like 6 hours. I had a lot of homework, a lot of homework that I had skipped on previous days. And since I didn't get enough bed rest, I don't know, something happened up here that I started bleeding out again. So I didn't go to school. I feel better now because I took my medicine, which you all know, but this morning I felt god-awful. I woke up and I felt the worst I've ever felt. I can honestly say that. Worse than the day after the surgery. Worse. But I have my medication on me right now. I'm kind of tired. Okay, let's get to this. First of all, I want you to sub to Doc Pepper Classic. Doc Pepper Classic is by far the funniest person on the IWC. I think he's a million times better than Mues, purely because he doesn't just do Raw, he does other shows too. What I'm talking about this is Mues Productions, like, shows clips of Raw and then reacts to it. He just, like, makes his vocal reactions. This guy shows clips of Raw and does funny videos, funny clips, funny songs, like, out of lines that they copy. It's just so funny. I was dying of laughter. Dying. It was 2 a.m. I had to study for a test, and I was just watching the video going completely cracking up. I'm not lying. He is the funniest person on the IWC, and he only has 50 subscribers, which is just shameful. He should have more than me, to be honest. Because I think his work is so great, and I don't ever want him to get unmotivated from his lack of subscribers to the point where he quits, because he can't quit, because he's the funniest guy on YouTube. Black Cat Feline, I just plugged him. Wholeheartedly deserved it. And now I'm plugging him massively. In fact, I'm going to devote another minute talking about his awesomeness. He does jokes. He, like, whenever he sees a scene from Raw that's the same from a movie, he'll show the clip from the movie. It's very funny. He has character animation, drawings. He's not biased. And you know what else? He's an intelligent guy. He gives his thoughts on psychology and storytelling and purposes of matches and gimmicks. You know, it's not just Mues who just, you know, kind of comes off as a biased against Raw in a negative way, since he's always bashing it. This guy, like, you know, he's intelligent. He rates the Raw, which I think is a great idea. I think more and more people who do reviews should rate the Raw, because, like, I'm watching your review because I don't want to watch the Raw. Now you got to tell me, give me a rating, whether I delete it from my DVR, I check some things out, what it's worth. And I thought, now you have to be a little patient. Like 2 days ago, he uploaded his Raw reactions from the week before. So you might not see this week's Raw for another few days. But it's well worth the wait. Go back. You will die of laughter. He is the funniest guy on YouTube. The funniest guy. I want everyone to go subscribe to him. My ROH subscribers, my football subscribers, my movie subscribers, my mainstream wrestling subscribers, all of you, go subscribe to him now. Speaking of football, just to make our football subscribers happy, I just want to say a few things. New York Jets, I think, definitely had a good season. I know people have been asking me that. They had a good season. They were a great team. Were they better than the Miami Dolphins? We'll never know. We do know that we beat them twice. That's all I can say. And that's all Seth can say. He can make all the arguments in the playoffs on this, but the only thing that we can admit is that during the regular season, we beat them twice. He's going to say, oh, we were a different team in the playoffs. No, you weren't. You beat the Bengals. You had a kicker miss 3 field goals for the Chargers, and then you got ass raped by the Colts. You telling me in the regular season you couldn't beat the Bengals? I think you could have. All right. Because you kind of did. Okay, so yeah, also I do think they need a pass rusher, despite what people say. Yes, I think they did have the most hits on the quarterback, like Fat Pat also was trying to tell me. I'm just trying to tell him this. But also you have to remember, under Rex Ryan, under a blitzing system like he has, which is a massive blitzing system, obviously you can expect you to get a lot of hits on the quarterback, but doesn't mean necessarily you have the best talent to do it. Just because you have the best system and the best coach to plan it out, and the best routes and everything to make the system work out, and the best plans and the best plays, does not mean you have the best talent to complete the plays. I will agree, you have the most hits on the quarterback. I still think you guys need to draft a pass rusher, because with your system, with an excellent pass rusher in the draft, oh my God, this team will be unstoppable. From a Dolphin fan, from a person in that division, I will wholeheartedly say it's unstoppable. And Seth, you kind of came off as also making a little bit of excuses. Peyton Manning's not the best quarterback of all time. I think he's underrated. I think he is top 5 of all time. That is my opinion. But I do not think he's the best of all time. I think that's what a lot of Jets fans are saying to escape the loss. And yes, you are favorites to win the division, but what does that mean? Patriots were favorites to win the division last year. They didn't. We were the favorites to win the division this year. We didn't. So really, what does it mean? Okay, so that's all for my football subs. Okay, expanded Rumble thoughts. I now go in a completely different direction. Jericho is getting little to no reaction to win the Rumble. He was the guy they were heavily pushing. Now it's looking a lot more and more like Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and a great contender that Sanders Robbins said on Insta Classic G1's video that no one is talking about, and that's CM Punk. Look at the Straight Edge Society storyline. Look how it's built. Look at the Rumble previews I've been seeing on DirecTV. There are so many. CM Punk, the case for him is looking better and better. I don't think he'll win, but I do see him as a person being eligible to win. If you look at what he's done, and I don't know, it makes sense for me for him to win. But I don't think he will win. I still think they'll do him and Ray Mania, which I don't like at all. Because he's doing great right now. The Straight Edge storyline I think is amazing. And, I don't know, just having him job to Ray. We all know Ray won't unmask. Having him job to Ray is really going to hurt him. Damn phone. So yeah, I'm going to go with Shawn Michaels, Punk. Edge is still a possibility, even though I doubt it now. Or Triple H. I don't see Cena winning it. I don't see him as a contender. Batista maybe. I can kind of see Batista. But I see him getting involved in the title match. So yeah, I'd say Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Punk, Batista. For some reason, I just do not see at all John Cena winning. Okay, initial previews. I did talk about Chikara, but I did not do what I wanted to do, and that was preview the show. Okay, like I said, basically, if you're not caught up on Chikara, here's what happened. At the end of Three Fisted Tales, whether they were faces or heels or whatnot, there was a massive turn at the end. A guy named Ares. God, I can never pronounce his name. I know what his name. I can spell his name. It's Ares. I just never pronounce it. Ares, whatever. He was a man in a white suit, and he had been chasing Ultramantis Black for weeks. And on that show, he unmasked, and a bunch of wrestlers were in the ring, and half of them kind of turned. Carpenter turned on the Colony because Carpenter got the inverted Chikara special, which he won with that Cybernetico, which I think the BDK taught him, which is what I'm about to tell you. Claudio Castagnoli beat up Mike Quackenbush. Vicator, I can't pronounce that either, who was with Ultramantis Black, beat him up. He unmasked, he revealed himself to be Tim Donst. Carpenter unmasked, revealing himself to be Pinkie Sanchez. And then also the women of Chikara, who were getting criticism since wanted to form their own union, joined the group as well. They all stood in the middle with Ares directing them, and they all did poses, and then they did like a sign. And they are the BDK, the Bruderschaft, which means Brothers of the Cross. It's on the Real Wiggly's webpage. I forget, it's on one of their podcasts, like the first 10 seconds of it. They show this taking place. Okay, Chikara only runs around 20 events a year. They only have 10 events planned for now, running until July. Their first show, please, if you're in the Philadelphia area, RKO Kid, I know you are. If anyone else is in the Philadelphia area, I definitely recommend you going and checking out Chikara. Not just for King of Trios, go to their other shows as well. They have a good product. Now, they start Season 9 on the 31st, soon this week. Okay, so we have Fire Ant and Soldier Ant versus F.I.S.T. Pretty good match there. Oh, this looks very good. The BDK members, which I think is Ares, Claudio. I'm looking. I can't see the full roster. Versus Mike Quackenbush, Jigsaw, Lince, Dorado, and Equinox. Pretty much Quack and Saw and the features now, or part of the features now. Versus the BDK. That could be a great match. I see the BDK going over there. I do not. Oh, Colony versus F.I.S.T. I see the Colony winning. I think they need to gain steam because I think they'll be a huge part of this BDK movement. I don't think the F.I.S.T. will be. I think the BDK need to win a lot. I think, why isn't this the main event? This kind of deserves to be the main event. BDK needs to win desperately to, like, get, if they lose here, it's going to really hurt the progress of this organization. Same with the next match, Player Dose versus Tim Donst. I would prefer Tim Donst to go over, but I don't think they'll do that because Player Dose is this for the Young Lions Cup? I don't know if it is. I think Player Dose might go over here, but I prefer Tim Donst. I know it's kind of like the main event mafia thing of everyone. I'd prefer it in Chikara because they'd run it better. Creative Wrestler, Sugar Dunkerton, and Player Uno versus the Unstable. I would go with Player Uno's team. I think that would be a pretty good match as well. Hallowicked versus Brodie Lee. That could be a great match. Actually, yeah, Brodie Lee is underrated. I'm going to go with Hallowicked on that one. Grizzly, Redwood, Pelle, Primeau, and Andy Right Leg Ridge versus the Order of the Neo Solar Temple. Likewise, I think the Order of the Neo Solar Temple needs the win. Look at they're fighting, kind of. Grizzly, Redwood, Pelle, Primeau, and any Right Leg Ridge. I really don't see those guys going over the Neo Solar Temple, who will be a huge part of this new feud, which is going to be a big part of Season 9. The Osirian Portal versus Daizee, Haze, and Sara. That's pretty good. I actually want to see that. I think Daizee and Sara might actually win that. I don't know. I'd go with the Osirian Portal, though. I can't really see women winning. Yeah, they might. Chikara might do it. And then Green Ant versus Pinkie Sanchez. Pinkie Sanchez all the way. He cut an awesome promo on the Will Wrigley's webpage. I'm going to put that there. Go sub the Doc Pepper Classic. Funniest videos on YouTube. By far. Funniest videos on YouTube. I am Big Red 310. And I am out, guys. We'll see ya.